listen, what we decided to do today was we decided to give you this free little 5-minute audio CD for you to be able to take away with you and plug it into your CD player and actually be able to listen to something that will get you motivated, that will get you crystal clear as to what it is you want for your life. Now, I'm going to challenge you with something for a little bit here. Okay? See, my belief is this. My belief is that right now you've just left the seminar. You're excited. You heard some great speakers. You actually got to a point where you were jumping out of your seat because you were taken to a world where there's possibility. You were taken to a world where anything you want to do, anything you want to have is possible for you. That feels exciting, doesn't it? That feels passionate. That gives you energy. It gives you motivation. It almost gives you a new vision for your life. Here was the problem, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a very serious one. My belief is that is going to wear off in a matter of 5 days. I'm going to tell you why. Because of a simple problem that we have that we're not even aware of. My belief, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are not wired for greatness. We are actually wired to just settle. We are wired to live a life of default versus a life by design. Now, you may ask me, whoa, wait a minute, Danny. Why are you being negative? Look, I'm not being negative right now. I just want you to be crystal clear on something. That no matter how passionate you are, no matter how focused it is you are right now, until you understand one thing, and that one thing is that you are wired just to settle, you'll never be able to take that next step in your life. Now, why are we wired to settle? Very simply, because of the situations and circumstances that have happened in our past. Look, I can with crystal clear vision remember. I can look back to when I lived in New York City. And I can remember, big construction, big buildings going up all around me. And I can remember as a little kid asking my family, hey, what's going on over there? You know what they would always answer me? They would always say this, they're building something. And then we'd drive around to the next corner and we'd drive up to another building site and, this huge mall was being built or a new home was being built. And I'd ask that question again. I ask, hey, wait a minute, what's going on over there? And you know how they'd answer me? They'd tell me they're building something. Well, pretty soon I started asking myself, who the heck is there? Because they're doing a lot of stuff. They're making things happen. See, guess what? We go about our lives just watching the powerful, watching the successful, watching the abundant people do what they do and think to ourselves, that could never be me. Why? Because since we were little, since we were younger, since we were children, we've been conditioned to think they're being abundant. They're being successful, not us. See, ladies and gentlemen, the problem that we have right now is that we are wired not for greatness, but we are wired to just live a normal life. We are wired to live a life where we just wake up, go to a job, fall asleep, and do that routine over and over and over again. 20 years down the road, guess what happens? You're unhappy and you're not where you want to be. Now, why does this happen? Very simply, because we've been conditioned to think this way by the circumstances and experiences that we've had in our past. Think about it very clearly. Look at the people around you. Look at our family. I can think back clearly to my parents. My parents loved me to death, but guess what? They were so busy in their own rat race, they didn't have a chance to explain to me that I could have whatever I wanted in life. So what did I have to do? I had to go out and I had to read for it on my own. I had to educate myself. I had to read books. I had to find the best coaches, the best mentors there were in the world out there. Are you doing that today? Are you doing everything you possibly can to put yourself in a state of abundance? Listen, I'm going to be very frank with you. Right now, unless you are crystal clear on what it is that you want for your life, there is no way you can ever have it, period. Don't think someday it's just going to pop up. Don't think someday that financial freedom is just going to happen for you. Don't think that someday that dream home will just kind of pop up in your backyard one day. It doesn't happen that way, guys. You've got to be clear on what you want. So I'm going to challenge you right now, as you're leaving the seminar, as you're feeling motivated, as you're feeling inspired and excited, stop for a moment. Spend 10 minutes with a piece of paper and a pencil and just write down what your life would be like 10 years from now if you could have it your way. If there were no limitations, if you were them, if you were part of that group, if you were part of that group of people that lived in abundance, that had it all, then what would your life look like? Where would you be living? What would your family situation be like? How much would you be earning? What would you be driving? Have a little fun. How many homes would you own? Think outside the box. Think bigger than what you think your possibilities are. Because the only way you'll ever have them is if you think in that fashion. Look, I'm going to tell you something right now. This is all coming from a guy that at 18 decided enough is enough. I got to go for it, and I started my own business. And I went from a position where I was living in a raggedy 2-bedroom apartment to now I'm living in the house of my dreams, where I walk out every single day. I look at the mountains behind me. There are no homes behind me, and I get to see God's beautiful sun rise up and just peek over me every single morning and almost say, "Wake up, Danny. It's time for you to go for it." Now, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be sitting at my home office today trying to give you this gift if I hadn't been crystal clear on what I wanted. Remember, we are wired to just settle. It is up to you if you want to stay that way. Now, how can we help you with that? Very easily. All I want you to do is play this CD over and over and over until you get crystal cleared on what it is you want for your life. And until you realize, and you begin to realize for yourself, how it is that you've been wired to just kind of settle. Once you get to that point, here's what I want you to do. Just stop by our website. Pay us a visit. Come to www.telosmentor.com and just pay us a visit. Come and check us out. And you'll see why over 200 people have taken our courses and have absolutely changed their lives. People have stopped being afraid. I got a gentleman who actually was in a job and he was stuck and he was kind of doing this side business, just kind of on the side, but he always had the fear of going full force for it. Guess what? We were able to help him get away from the fear, think in terms of abundance, and now he is completely free from his job, living his dream, running his own family-owned business, earning double, and I think it's actually triple than what he earned before. Isn't that what you want for yourself? To live your dream? If you could have it your way, what would it look like? What would you be doing? That's what we want to do. We want to help you get there. Whatever it is that you want, we would like to help you get there. And the only way you're going to get there, ladies and gentlemen, is if you stay exposed to people who think big. So how do we help you with that? Pay us a visit on our webpage. Sign up for our podcast. Download some audio information. Keep your mind immersed in powerful thinking. Thank you so much for being a part of this great charity seminar today. I hope that someday in the future, I will have the honor of speaking in front of you again. And until then, be powerful, be abundant, and no matter what, don't buy into the lie that wealth and abundance is not for you. It is for everyone. Take care.